What are we doing today, Ziggy?
Making a spooky pizza with spooky crust.
We're making spooky Halloween pizza. Probably we should have made this a few days ago if we wanted to post it on Halloween, but we didn't, so...
Let's get started. Yeast, powder,
Sugar,
salt, oil, food coloring, water, and
flour.
flour.
So we're starting here
With
with
water.
1 cup of warm water, and we're going to add the yeast and let it dissolve. Good, so just let it sit.
The 2 line, or the 3 line, or the 4 line, or the 5 line, or the 6 line, or the 7 line, or the 8 line, now 4, now 5, now 6, 8.
Are you ready?
Alright.
Okay, so I think it's dissolved enough. I believe that this first one is sugar. Let's see.
No, that looks more like sugar.
You know, you may be right. Yeah, this one's salt. So add the sugar first. So we're gonna add the sugar. Pour it in. Now we are going to add the salt. We're gonna add the flour. Oop. And the oil. Yeah. Now we stir it all together. This is apparently a quick pizza dough that you don't have to let rise for too long. What color food coloring should we stir in?
Let me pick.
My vote is green like a monster.
I go for blue.
Let's do blue and this one mixed together and make a nice green. Maybe we'll just mix this up and then we'll add it. We'll split it in 2 and we'll add our own after and like knead it a little bit.
I got my food color and I'm adding blue.
So it's not stirring. It said to stir it for 20 strokes, but stirring it is not going so easy. So I'm going to just
Use your hands for 20 strokes.
use my hands a little bit. It's kind of sticky.
Blue's kind of like a monster.
Oh yeah, you could do blue. I heard that Alfred Hitchcock used to have dinner parties where he dyed all the food blue because it grossed people out and upset them. Alright, so I think that this looks okay. What do you think?
Good.
Good? Okay, so it says to let this sit for 5 minutes. In case anyone is wondering, this is the cookbook that we are using, the Betty Crocker cookbook. It's very old compared to me, but I feel like I generally can't go wrong when I use one of the recipes, so. Does this look like it's getting bigger?
Yeah.
I hope so. Okay, so our timer's about to go off.
And right now it's turn of taste is
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. So it doesn't look like it rose that much to me, but maybe it's meant to rise in the oven. Anyways, so we want to put our own food coloring onto our own pizzas. Which bowl do you want? So we are going to add our own food coloring.
Step 1. Open the lid.
2. Need help with the lid or you got it?
I got it.
Okay. And
Now
we're
can you please open this, please?
Okay.
Wow, your fingers are green. My fingers are blue.
And then we're just going to kind of mush the dough together to try to get the food coloring mixed in. I don't know how many squeezes you should do, so it depends on your food coloring and everything. I think that if you wanted to make it easier for yourself, you would mix it with the water before you add the other ingredients.
Mom, mine's turning blue.
Yeah, mine's turning green, but we wanted different colors, so that is why we are doing ours like this.
I'll add a little bit more blue.
Yeah. I think we need a lot of food coloring if we want the color to really stick.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. we may need to let this sit for another 5 minutes when we're done kneading it up. I don't think
my hands are very sticky.
Yeah, mine are too. I don't think it can damage the dough to be kneading it so much, but I'm not used to this no knead type, so maybe it actually is not doing it any favors.
Whoa! The food coloring is making mine sticky.
No, it's definitely not sticky because of the food coloring. It's sticky because of the flour and the water, and now the kneading is combining to create like gluten strands, and that's what makes dough so springy. And then it also helps it to become airy. If I remember correctly, everything I know about baking comes from the Great British Bake Off.
I done 12.
Yeah, I think that's good. Mine's I don't know how well I can get it. I don't know if I can get the green all the way through because
my pizza is going to be really blue.
I think mine just might be marbled green, like green spots. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at mine. Mine's almost turning all blue.
Yeah, yours is looking good. So I think that next time we will want to
pick the same color.
we'll want to pick the same color and add it to the water before we add the flour.
Let's do blue. Let's do blue.
Well, it's too late now. Look at our hands.
Look. Our hands. Actually, the food coloring is mixing our hands.
Yeah, our hands are getting more dyed than the dough, but mine's starting to look pretty green. Look, it's like the same color as this bowl.
Mine's starting to look blue. Look, it's about, but it's darker than any blue.
Yeah. You know, the more that I knead it, the less sticky it gets.
The more I feel squeeze it.
Yeah, the more that I'm mixing it, the less sticky it's getting. So,
I'm mixing mine.
yeah, I hope that bodes well for my dough. Maybe if it turns out good, we should add the twist where we knead our pizza dough until it stops being so sticky. Look at that, see?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna let it sit for another. Are you done with yours?
Hold on. I think we should wash our hands after I'm done.
Yeah, I agree. Well, they're gonna get dirty again when we put them on our pizza pans, but we probably should wash our hands regardless. Okay, so Ziggy's done. I'm done. Since we kneaded our dough, even though the instructions didn't say we were supposed to, we're gonna let it sit for another 5 minutes and see if that helps it rise. While it is sitting, we are going to clean up and get our greased pizza pans ready so we can spread our dough out and get the toppings on. So we will be right back. Now we are ready to roll out our pizza. Ziggy, can you please show us the ingredients?
Cheese, olives, pizza sauce, white cheese, and yellow cheese.
So now we are going to spread our dough out onto our pizza pans. And make it as fat or as thin as you want. Now what Granny used to do when I was a little girl and we were making pizza is that she would sometimes pre-bake the crust in the oven for about 10 minutes before we put the toppings on so that the crust wouldn't get soggy. Do you want to do that, or should we just put the toppings directly on the crust and hope for the best?
Put the toppings directly on the crust when I'm done.
Yeah, follow the recipe as it is in the book. All right, we'll go with that choice. Okay, so now we've got our crusts spread out in the pan. So now it's time to add
Sauce.
sauce. Put on as much sauce as you want. Don't do more than half of the jar.
That looks good.
And you can spread it around.
My pizza looks good.
Yeah, it does.
See how nice I'm doing, guys?
Yeah, you're being very careful. And if you need more sauce, you can always put it on. Okay, and now it is time to put on the cheese. So normally I would do cheese sprinkles But because I'm making eyeballs on my pizza, I'm just going to go with these cheese circles. And Ziggy decided to go with stars. These looking like eyeballs after they cook is merely theoretical. We're going to find out, but I have high hopes. And now I'm going to add the pupils. So just put an olive.
I got 20 stars.
Ooh.
How many did you got?
I don't know.
You got 19.
Ooh, you got one more cheese than me. Okay, so there's my eyeballs.
And there's my star.
Yeah. All right, let's put them in the oven. And we're going to do that. And we're going to leave it in there for 20 to 25 minutes. But I'm probably going to do 10 minutes and then switch the pizzas so that each of them gets a turn on the top and the bottom. Okay, so our pizza is finished and our little home party is ready. All right, what do you think?
Good.
Mine doesn't even really look that green anymore, does it?
Yeah.
And the eyeballs don't really look that much like eyeballs.
Or the star.
But your pizza is super blue.
Yeah, I see it like green.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of green still in my crust. So now we are going to cut into them. All right, so we've got our pizza. We're ready to try it and see if it turned out. You can see it's kind of green in the middle. Tastes pretty good.
Let me see the back of mine. Wow, it's dark on the back of mine.
Next time, you should use a dark food coloring if you try this at home.
Like I did.
And then since the eyeballs kind of like disappeared in the cooking process, my recommendation is I noticed that like 10 minutes in when I switched the pizzas, when I traded racks, the cheese looked a lot more like, it wasn't all brown. They looked more like eyeballs. So I think that if you're going to do this and try to make the eyeballs in the future, what you should probably do is pre-cook the dough for 10 or 15 minutes. And then when it's almost ready, add the toppings and cook it for another 10 minutes. That's my tip, so you can try to keep the shape of the cheese consistent. Mine's very crunchy. I think I might have cooked it a little bit too long. I mean, I do like a crunchy slice, so I don't mind that it's so crunchy, but I think that maybe 20 minutes would be the ideal time. I'll put the recipe into the description, and I'm going to put the recipe in with my notes for how I would change it next time.
Boo!
Ah! Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Look at my hat smells.
High five. My fingers got blue.